On the 1st of October, more than 1 billion celebrated the People's Republic of China's 70th anniversary. All eyes were on Beijing as the flags fluttered and people from around the country joined in the parades. But this is also a time for reflection, as many chose to mark this occasion in their own way. We'll meet the people whose experiences have shaped this vast country, and we'll follow them as they prepare to celebrate on the big day. And we'll go underground as China looks to the future.
那么我们这个车站奋斗了几年的时间的话，我们终于看到我们这个车站身后这个雏形了。那么如果在70年前是不可想象的。
In Hainan, we discover an army of women who are turning a desert into an oasis.
过去的辛苦已经过去了，享受现在来到我们身边，我们很高兴。
And we go behind the scenes with top cellist Wang Jian as he prepares to celebrate the anniversary in musical style. Ordinary people telling their own extraordinary stories. People who have all made a difference.
I叫沈国燕，在这个景区工作。
In the province of Liaoning, these rice fields produce more than 4 million tons of food every year. Panjin rice is known for its fragrant yet delicate taste. And today, the farmers are planning a special anniversary surprise.
在盘锦，我是结婚过来的，也过了，今年27年了，也种20多年水稻了。
Panjin rice is famous. In 2008, it was designated the official rice of the Beijing Olympics.
爹妈都是下地就是插秧，忙的中午都顾不回家吃饭去啥的，就在地里头吃一口。
Today, China is the world's largest producer of rice, growing nearly 150 million tons every year. But in the past, this country struggled to feed itself. Since 1978, reforms and modern farming methods have seen food production soar. Today, Shen and her fellow workers are weeding by hand, but that's not how it's normally done.
完就这20多年，反正都是就是变化，觉得特别大，就是用这个，现在都是用这个机器插，就是半天就能完活。
Panjin rice doesn't just taste good. These fields are famous for another reason best seen from the air. Different colored strains of rice are grown separately and then replanted to make these stunning pictures.
像我们这用10多个人，也就10天左右，为了让插出来更漂亮，完就都是人工用图纸来插出来的。
Every year, Shen and her fellow rice planters create these amazing images. And for the 70th anniversary, their designs are even more special. The centerpiece of their work this year is a bird painted entirely from rice. The crane is celebrated in Chinese culture as a creature that embodies longevity and peace.
住在这里呢，就觉得我们这里头风景特别美，心里特别开心。人美，水美，总体来说人更美。
And rice production isn't the only thing that's changed here in Panjin. Across the road lies the Red Beach, which has recently begun to attract visitors from all over China. At more than 100 square kilometers and home to hundreds of species of wildlife, the Red Beach is one of China's most important areas of biodiversity. The beach gets its name from a covering of grass called sueda. In the autumn, these plants will cover the whole beach in a deep crimson carpet.
好，各位小朋友们，在这里呢，我们看到最终那个鸟，看到飞的那个鸟了吗？那个鸟就是我们的黑嘴鸥。
The growth of the lush sueda grass and such a rich biodiversity is a clear sign of clean water and a healthy ecosystem. By National Day on October 1st, the Red Beach will be looking even more stunning. Local workers have planted yellow stars to recreate a large Chinese flag as the Red Beach prepares to say happy birthday to the nation. Like the people of Panjin, the children of Dongfang are getting ready to mark China's birthday in their own special way. There are 60 schools here, all teaching martial arts. In the middle sits the world-famous Tagu Martial Arts School. 25,000 students attend here to learn Tai Chi and Kung Fu.
我叫唐雨桐，来自塔沟武校。
Every day starts at 5 in the morning with an hour of exercise. Tang is currently in training for the biggest performance of his life.
参加这次活动，我感觉这一辈子都可能记住这次活动，因为70周年，10年一次嘛。
Back in May, Tang was told he had been chosen to perform at the 70th anniversary celebrations in Beijing.
我们当时心情非常的高兴，因为能参加，能参加这个中国的那个国庆嘛。
For the past few months, Tang and the rest of his class have been rehearsing in secret. But with only weeks to go before the big display, he's come back to give some of the younger students a demonstration.
为国争光嘛，那感觉是一件非常荣幸的事情，因为也是学校提供了这个平台嘛。
As a martial art, Kung Fu can be traced back to the Zhou dynasty more than 3,000 years ago.
就是给国家庆生日嘛，就一定要也把中国的文化给体现出来，也要把这次武术也要加进去。
In a few weeks' time, students here will watch as Tang and the rest of his class perform a huge Kung Fu demonstration in the heart of Beijing. On the 1st of October, some 15,000 people will march. And one group located outside of Beijing are currently deep in training. These are the Chinese soldiers that were stationed across Africa as United Nations peacekeepers. Zhang Bingjiang served for a year in Darfur in Sudan, a region ravaged by violence.
最开始条件很简陋，住帐篷。 中午就没有办法睡，这个帐篷里面温度特别高，比外面高特别多，就是它昼夜温差很大，在沙漠里面有这种情况。
Now back home, and for National Day, and the Blue Berets must look their best. On October the 1st, everything has to be perfect.
你每一个毛孔的汗从哪流下来，你都能感受到。阅兵训练确实非常辛苦，我觉得是我当兵以来。 排名比较靠前的、比较辛苦的工作了。
For the parade, every soldier has to be inch perfect.
然后阅兵场上是纯粹身体上确实非常的辛苦，非常的累。
When Jiang and his colleagues march in Beijing, the nation will be watching. Throughout 2019, Chinese people the length and breadth of the country have been celebrating the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. With just a few weeks till the big day, one man is on a mission to create a dish of food from right across the country.
我是李国伟，成都市四川烹饪大师。
Li Guowei is a renowned chef with 36 years' experience in the kitchen. To showcase China's evolving food culture, Li is putting on a banquet from across the whole country. This meal has been months in the planning, days in preparation, and will push his team of chefs to their culinary limits.
我呢，就是我想就通过我们这个锦绣河山这一桌我们宴会，请各行业的朋友共同来分享我们这一桌宴会。
Li has invited family, friends, and important figures from Chengdu's hospitality industry to share this meal. Over the past 20 years, more leisure time and higher disposable incomes have allowed people to appreciate fine dining in a way that was impossible before.
不仅要做得好吃，然后装出来好看，这是我们越来越能够看得见的东西。
Modern technology means towns and cities across China are now so connected. Fresh ingredients now move effortlessly across the nation.
对，来自西藏的羊肚菌，啊，这是来自渤海湾我们天津的大虾，啊，这是来自我们广州的笋壳鱼，这是来自内蒙古科尔沁的牛排，啊 ，Panda Baby 啊，这是我们的火锅蛋糕，啊，这是来自我们新疆的核桃做的假山。 先生们、女士们，男生接力位，70大寿，来干杯！哎。
As they eat, the guests reflect on their own experiences over the past 70 years.
现在就是一些新鲜的食材，我们原来是没有的。
我是49年出生的，与我们的祖国同龄，从来没有想过，从来没想象过祖国的飞跃发展会像现在这么好，没有想过。
For Li, today's dinner has been a triumph.
今天这个70周年的这个晚宴非常成功，让我的所有的嘉宾非常开心，非常满意。祖国万岁！祖国万岁！好，给。
In the Tibet Autonomous Region, celebrations are already underway for Wangguo, the barley harvest. And Lin Zhou-Chiung is arriving at the perfect time to enjoy the festivities. He's pedaled some 4,500 kilometers across China from his home on the East Coast.
我为什么开启这次京拉线的骑行，是为了纪念自己祖国70周年。 而且呢，就是说我的愿望走遍祖国的大地。
Harvest in the Autonomous Region is a huge celebration. And this year, with the 70th anniversary, it's even bigger. Villagers process and sing around their barley fields, even across the mountains. Men wear traditional clothes and race horses, and everyone sits down to picnic. For tonight, Lin is staying with Chongda.
先我站好，这是你家啊。好，好嘞，好，谢谢，谢谢。好，谢谢。
今年年龄多大？
今年年龄70岁。
我
70岁吧，也就这样。因为共和国今年是生日，我们共和国建国70周年，我也就借这个机会，你的热情啊。
Later, Chongda wants Lin to experience Wangguo for himself. The village has laid on a night of eating, drinking, Tibetan opera, and dancing. The following morning, it's back on the bike for Lin. He's headed into Lhasa. Home to around 500,000 people, the capital of Tibet is a bustling, modern city. Shops and hotels all thrive here. And Lhasa is also home to one of the most famous buildings in the country.
这个就是大家都是向往的这儿，布达拉宫是我们青藏高原上的一座最大的建筑。那看见它，我心情肯定是很激动的了。
Lin's epic journey has taken its toll on his bike, and he needs to find someone who can make repairs before he heads off again.
哦，哎，老板你好啊！哎呀，我的车骑到这儿有点小毛病，想叫你给我看一下。
啊，没问题，没问题。
While the mechanics tackle Lin's bike, shop owner Dawa offers to show him around. This is the Barkur, a circular street running around the center of Lhasa. Many Tibetans try to visit here at least once in their lifetimes.
然后咱们是从这里进这个大昭寺的这个寺庙的门，然后这边是有很多香客，然后是咱们那边很多香客，这个佛教徒呢就是按着这个顺时针走。走，送带一程啊！
谢谢啊，谢谢。
For Lin, it's time to continue his journey. He needs to get home for both his and China's birthday celebrations. Dawa and the mechanics have arranged a cycling guard of honor as he pedals out of Lhasa.
中国大陆上，我已经全走遍了。按照我自己的说法，就是说我用这个方式去看祖国的山山水水，时时刻刻的变化，我心情是很好的。
China has undergone huge changes over the past 7 decades, and Lin, being the same age, has experienced these firsthand, both in his life and on this epic journey. In the east of China is Hangzhou. The Grand Canal is a vast 1,800-kilometer waterway connecting this city to Beijing. The city's famous West Lake has been celebrated by poets and artists for centuries.
我叫秦大虎。我这个名字呢是农村的名字，因为我小的时候，因为我是虎年生的，1938年虎年生的，人家叫惯了大虎大虎2个字。
For the 70th anniversary of the People's Republic of China, Qin Dahu is in a reflective mood. His pictures have recorded the birth and growth of this nation.
这我在念书的时候，在小学的时候也有点崇洋媚外，因为喜欢油画嘛。
Qin Dahu was born in 1938 and was just 11 years old at the birth of the PRC. As a promising young artist, he traveled to Shanghai to hone his craft. And his inspiration for one of his most celebrated works was this family picture featuring him as an 11-year-old boy.
我偶然看到这张照片，我想，哎，这个我这张照片，我全家这张照片，跟这个建国的时间是这么吻合啊！我说我把它画成油画，肯定能够感动一些人。
The picture is titled 1949, a smiling family portrait in black and white supported by farm laborers and workers. Throughout Qin Dahu's career, he regularly returned to familiar themes and characters. Ordinary people, such as soldiers, workers, farmers, all featured in his work. With his brushes and his oils, he recorded a nation undergoing huge social change and its people striving to create a new country. Today, Qin is keen to share his work with a younger generation, his grandchildren.
你们知道哪一个是爷爷吧？
后面那个矮的。
你晓得这个时候爷爷多大年龄
12、13岁吧。
哎，差不多，就是比凯明要小一点，比你要大一点，那感受很多呀，感受很大呀。那个时候我的年龄就跟我这2个孙子差不多大了。
Qin Dahu leaves a body of work that charts the changing face of China over the years. But perhaps his most enduring image is the one that focuses on family, hopes and dreams captured on the face of the young children and Qin Dahu himself. Writer and artist Liu Yu has spent his entire life in Wuhan. As the weeks count down to the 70th anniversary, he's mounting an exhibition to celebrate the city's most famous landmark, known across China as the first river bridge across the Yangtze.
对这个大桥我是充满感情啊，它是我这一辈子我个人的一个成长的一个记忆啊，儿童时候的记忆都跟这个大桥有关系。
The mighty Yangtze River has long divided the districts of Hankou and Wuchang, making travel across this city time-consuming and dangerous. Before the bridge, everything had to cross the river by barge.
人也是靠轮渡，火车也是靠轮渡。当时北京到武汉的火车，到这地方就没办法，要停下来，人要下来，先把火车通过船轮渡到这边过去。
Months after the birth of the nation in 1949, plans for a bridge over the Yangtze were approved. For China, building this bridge became a source of national pride. At 1.6 kilometers in length, the bridge was to have 2 decks, a 4-lane road on top and a 2-track railway below. Officially opened to the public in 1957, the impact of this bridge was huge. Confidence and modernity in the new China realized in steel and concrete. But the construction was dangerous. Today, Liu sees Wuhan's bridge as a living monument to a young country demonstrating its place in the world, and as a memorial to the young men who paid the ultimate price during its construction.
很多的人为这座大桥，应该是奉献他们的青春，甚至包括生命，所以他这一辈子都对我很感动。OK。
70 years on, the Yangtze has been bridged many more times. But this first river crossing remains a potent symbol of what the People's Republic of China could achieve. Anniversaries are a time for celebration and a time for reflection. Many of China's successes have been large national projects, but others have been achieved when individuals and groups have decided to make a difference. Years ago, the village of Changjiang, along with the whole of Hainan Island at the southern tip of China, was poor and underpopulated. Today, the island is a prosperous place, and this village is typical of how fortunes here have changed. This is the story of how one woman, Tao Fengjiao, was able to inspire her whole community.
从古以来，就是我们这里是沙漠，都是沙漠地的，都是流动沙子，是没有什么收入，我们村民都没有什么收入。
In the 1990s, China launched a nationwide initiative to improve barren or degraded soil. And the plan in Hainan, they wanted villagers to start planting trees.
我们以前村民没理解，现在很多人都理解。不管这个村民多骂我。 我多辛苦，我也是把这个树一棵棵种在这个沙漠上。
23 years on, and Tao now works with an army of 50 local women transforming the desert landscape by planting trees.
第一次种的时候，我们的心情是很酸的。 风越大，沙子又风大了，就把这个沙子吹起来，又打坏。我们姐妹们每个人坐下来哭。
But eventually, the women discovered cactus plants perfectly suited for the sand could provide roots for their fledgling trees to grip onto. And finally, their trees began to grow. And the results are staggering. Where once there was just sand, now stands a vast forest.
我这么长的时间来种这个树，我心成种这个树，按照这个沙漠上每棵都变成绿化，我心情很高兴的，爱它像爱我孩子这样。
Earlier this year, one tree planting company received the United Nations top environmental honor. And Changjiang has enjoyed other improvements. In 2005, a large luxury hotel was built near Tao's village.
我们种这个树，到现在我们每个村民进人家开发商来，都值得的很好。
And this policy is being rolled out all across the country. Scientists believe tree planting on this scale could massively help reduce our planet's greenhouse gases. In 2018, the government announced Hainan will soon become a free trade zone. But for Tao, she is just happy being a gardener at the new hotel.
过去的辛苦已经过去了。 享受现在来到我们身边，我们很高兴。
Beijing is preparing for the National Day party. Every part of the city is being made to look its best. With just a few days until the anniversary celebrations, one of China's top musicians is in rehearsal.
所以说，我们这几代人，甚至我父母这一代人，他看到了国家这些年的变化，这个满足感是无法形容的。
Wang Jiang typically performs the great European composers, but for this special concert, a new Chinese piece will be performed.
这次整场的音乐会和普通的就是中国爱乐团所演奏的这个音乐季的这些音乐会都不一样，这场是献给祖国70周年大庆的一场音乐会。不可否认的、不可磨灭的国家，在这几十年里边所取得的巨大的成就。
During Wang's career, the appeal of classical music has grown.
我们中国国内已经有最起码30多个大剧院的存在，这个是很惊人的事情不光如此，你看我们现在有许多大城市都有交响乐团在频繁的演出。
For the next few days, Wang and his orchestra will be locked in rehearsal before a lucky audience of 1,500 people will hear the maestro play. On the outskirts of Beijing sits China's $12 billion birthday present to itself, the new Daxing Airport. Nicknamed the Starfish, Daxing promises to transform air travel in China. It's grand on every level. At 700,000 square meters, Daxing contains the largest single terminal building in the world. Planes will take off and land from 7 runways. With just days before the official opening, workers are racing around the clock to get Beijing's newest airport ready in time. Outside of Beijing sits one of China's oldest railway lines. At 100 years of age, Qinglongjiao Station is in need of an upgrade. Over the years, millions of visitors have traveled on this line to visit the nearby Great Wall. Today, the old line can't cope. And the answer? Well, that's underground. Liu Donghao is the chief engineer, and he spent the last 5 years working here.
它主要是因为修这条车站的目的，主要是服务于我们那个的游客来够参观或者说旅游来到我们八达岭长城的这个地方，能够很便捷的能够上我们的长城啊。
In 2022, China will host the Winter Olympics, and thousands will use this station, part of the largest underground high-speed railway anywhere in the world. Protecting the wall during construction was crucial. Engineers used a system known as microblasting, thousands of small explosions undetectable on the surface to tunnel through the rock. "30 years ago, rail travel in China was slow and uncomfortable. Today, it leads the world. Some 29,000 kilometers of high-speed rail crisscross the country. At 33 meters in width, Badaling Station has the widest underground tunnel anywhere in China. For Liu and all of the teams working here at Badaling, soon their work will be over and one of China's largest and most advanced civil engineering projects will be finished, a massive 70th birthday present to the nation.
首先，第一个还是感觉到非常的幸运能够参与这条铁路的建设。那么第二个的话，非常感到的自豪。那么如果在70年前是不可想象的。
Like those at Badaling Railway, a group of engineers in Wuhan is also preparing their 70th birthday gift to the country.
每天晚上当夜幕降临的时候，整个灯光秀点亮的那一刻，整个武汉会从沉寂的夜黑色变为各种五彩斑斓。
And for the 70th anniversary, Wuhan is planning a special display for the whole country. Lighting engineer Fang Hao is working hard to make sure the show is ready for October the 1st. Some 900 buildings across the city have been illuminated.
我们可以放大，明确地找到每一个灯管的地方，然后出了问题，我们可以尽快地修复。
Across Wuhan, teams of workers are busy preparing for the biggest light show ever seen here. This is definitely not a job for anyone scared of heights. Hidden away, designer Wu You is working on the top secret 70th anniversary project.
这个项目应该是我们街道的规模最大的，然后相对来说挑战也是最大的一个项目。
As the clock ticks down to the 1st of October, all the teams are working night and day to ensure Wuhan gives a show everyone in China can be proud of. With just days before the October 1st anniversary, Daxing Airport is preparing to open. At a cost of $12 billion, Beijing's transport hub has come in on budget and on schedule. Soon, thousands of passengers will pass through this building every day.
这个中国经济、中国速度就是一个筷子，这个来可以表达的。
今天看到大兴机场的这个投运，对我来说，我个人感觉还是非常的激动的。
祖国70周年的生日即将到来，希望我们的祖国越来越好。
And it's time for the first flight from China's new airport to depart. Daxing is now officially open for business. Across Beijing, inside the Forbidden City, the audience are arriving for Wang Jian's cello concert to celebrate the 70th anniversary. Backstage, the maestro is going through his final preparations.
在国庆的时候，我希望就是还是演一个中国的作品，讲中国的故事。古典音乐只不过是一个语言而已，只不过是一个很简单的语言。其实古典，我们现在就是利用这个语言，用这个表达方式来讲我们自己心里的故事。
For both the audience and Wang, this will be the first time this piece has been performed. In a career spanning some 30 years, tonight's concert marks one of the highlights of Wang's professional life.
音乐和艺术是一个非常美好的东西，它真的能塑造出一个属于你自己的一个世界。你如果真的能在里边有追求、有感受的话，它是一个非常有回报性的一种精神嘛。所以我觉得非常感激，我有机会成为一个音乐家。
In Wuhan, as darkness falls, the city comes alive as the 70th anniversary light show is about to begin. For Wu You and her colleagues, this is the first chance to see all of their hard work in lights.
整个灯光秀大概经历了1年多的工作，我们现在马上就要登船去看它，所以内心里面还是很激动。现在排队的游客也还挺多的。
Throughout October, the light show will take place every night. Thousands will come to Wuhan to watch, and those that can't travel can watch the show online.
应该是目前那个全中国最设计范围 面积最大，然后建筑楼宇最多的一个灯光秀。建筑大约有1000余栋，然后涉及到2座山，还有7座桥体。
And of course, Wuhan's famous bridge takes center stage. The city's proud history and technological future captured in lights. Finally, the big day has arrived. 70 years since the founding of the People's Republic of China, and the eyes of the nation are on Tiananmen Square. Many units who served as United Nations peacekeepers have come to Beijing. For Zhang, it's one of the proudest moments of his military career.
戴上南盔，在阅兵场上，我一想，之后是要代表他们的。如果10月1号我的战友他认识我啊，他能够坐在电视机前看，这就是张斌健啊，他是和你们一样在格洛奋斗过5个月的。你身后的这一条水泥路是他亲自抹上的，这一套板房是他搭建的。我觉得能够在阅兵场上再看见我，我非常的自豪。
Up next, it's the Tagu School of Martial Arts. For Tang and his classmates, today marks the climax of months of training.
然后天安门底下，感觉非常的高兴荣幸，能参加这次活动，都是学校感谢学校给予了这次机会嘛。
Many are watching the parade from home, and the Yao family have another reason to celebrate. It's their daughter, Ro Yi's birthday.
很荣幸，就是我的女儿的话，能跟祖国的这个生日在同一天。
现在我们来到家里边，跟瑞瑞一起庆祝生日，然后也来了很多的亲朋好友。在这里祝瑞瑞2周岁生日快乐，也祝我们的祖国70周岁生日快乐。
For everyone in China, the 1st of October is celebrated every year as the birth of the People's Republic. But for the Yao family, this will always be a special day. Back at Tiananmen Square, in the heart of Beijing, the parade is in full swing. People have come to the capital from every corner of the country. Over the past 70 years, China has been transformed economically and socially. For those in Beijing and the tens of millions watching all over the country, this 70th anniversary has been the world's biggest birthday party.